I was sharing thoughts with a chap from Motorola yesterday and saying it's such a great place to do all your meetings in one place. All the important people seem to be here, and that's what's great. In terms of the importance of the conference, I mean, it's an understatement to say that mobile is going to be driving development in Africa for a long time to come. It's an incredibly important industry. There's a lot of convergence of the various pieces that we in other parts of the world maybe enjoy on multiple screens are really coming together on the mobile screen here in Africa. So I think it's an incredibly important conference for the stage in the industry's development. What can happen in Africa is that these network companies do an enormous amount of investment to get the penetration up, and then they need the capacity on their network, and the consumers then need a choice. So it's great if the network companies can go in, build that infrastructure, and then potentially partner with others like Virgin Mobile and serve the consumer need that way, and also utilize all that investment that they've had to do to get there. I think the environment that we need to function well in, and it'll give us the best chance of us and of other competitors potentially coming up against the incumbents, is a regulatory regime that supports that, and in particular asymmetric interconnect, the wholesale rate coming down and coming down in favour of the new starts is an essential part of Virgin and other competitors being able to offer consumer choice and real value in the marketplace in the next year. I think the international interest in Africa is obvious, just because this is one of the continents that there is still significant growth. So I think it's largely positive that the international companies are coming in. I would say that being part of Virgin, and I think sort of we're one of those pieces. So I would really more approach your question in terms of from the Virgin perspective. I think the virtual operator is another model that potentially Africa hasn't quite got yet, and there's a number of reasons for that. But it's not all about a land grab on the network side. I think there's also a segmentation of the consumer still to come, where people like Virgin will come in and actually sort of serve the consumer's needs better than incumbents, create competition, and that will only in the long run benefit the consumer in Africa. I think longer term, and some of our competitors have started already in terms of broadband usage and things like that. That will be something on the horizon for us and for the South African consumer. But for now, I think there's a lot of potential for all of us to lift our game. But in particular, I would like to be leading from the front at Virgin Mobile in terms of bringing better service, better value across voice and SMS. And for instance, we've got a new product, unlimited SMS, just launching out to the South African consumer in this Christmas period, and so we're really hoping to take that competition to everyone else and get the whole game raised.